Breaking news! The answer is here! The Las Vegas Raiders may be poised to make one of the quietest yet most impactful defensive moves of the offseason, and it revolves around a familiar name. According to CBS Sports, the Raiders have emerged as a strong contender to acquire the veteran cornerback from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But this is more than just a rumor. It's a logical strategy with real weight, given the Raiders' needs and the relationship behind the scenes. Jamel Dean, a 6-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion, has started 63 games in his career and is just 28 years old. Despite a potential drop in Tampa Bay's standings, Dean still brings elite traits: physical coverage ability, postseason experience, and locker room leadership. More importantly, he has a strong connection with Raiders general manager John Spytek, who helped recruit Dean while he was on the Buccaneers front office in 2019. That familiarity could speed up trade talks and help the Raiders feel confident in bringing Dean on board. The timing couldn't be better. While Las Vegas has invested in young cornerbacks like Eric Stokes and third-round rookie Darian Porter, the secondary still lacks a proven high-level presence at CB1. Other options, Jacorian Bennett, Dekamarion Richardson, Darnay Holmes, and Sam Webb, show promise but haven't established themselves as consistent starters in the NFL. Dean could step into the lead role right away, while also guiding the younger players in what promises to be a breakout season under new head coach Pete Carroll. Financially, the deal also makes sense. Dean comes with a $15 million salary cap hit in 2025, which may seem steep at first glance, but the Raiders have more than $30 million in cap space available, making this an affordable and strategic investment. For Tampa Bay, Dean would free up crucial cap space and open up room for younger players like Jacob Parrish and Benjamin Morrison to step in and grow. From the Raiders' perspective, acquiring Dean would not only fill a need, but also establish a position. Pete Carroll has always valued veteran defenders who embody toughness, leadership, and smart play. Dean fits that bill. He may not be considered a top-tier lockdown cornerback, but he is steady, reliable, and has big game experience, qualities that Carroll can maximize in his defensive schemes. The psychological aspect can't be ignored either. Signing a Super Bowl winning cornerback sends a clear message to the locker room. This isn't just another year of instruction. This is a time to compete, grow, and forge a new identity under an experienced coach. Carroll is known for transforming defenses into fearsome units, and Dean could be the cornerstone of that transformation. Now, there are fair concerns. Dean is more reliable than flashy, and he's not a cornerback who just makes tackles like Sauce Gardner or Jalen Ramsey. Some might argue that $15 million is a steep price for a player who doesn't force many turnovers. Others might say Tampa Bay has no reason to trade a key veteran unless the compensation is worth it. But the truth is, Las Vegas needs someone like Dean now. The roster has incredible potential, but without a pace setter in the secondary, that potential may never be fully realized. It's more than stats. It's presence. It's poise under pressure. It's elevating a defense that still has question marks. And since Pete Carroll was just starting out, this could be the first game-changing move. A bridge between what the Raiders were and what they're about to become. Dean fits the timeline. He fits the culture. He fits the need. It's hard to imagine a better combination. But there's another reason this move is even more crucial, and it's in Kansas City. For years, the Chiefs have dominated the AFC West unchallenged. But what if that reign finally starts to falter? What if the cracks are showing, and Las Vegas is in a position to pounce? For the first time in years, there's real reason to believe the Kansas City Chiefs are vulnerable, and the Las Vegas Raiders may be in the perfect position to attack. CBS Sports' Cody Benjamin recently reported that the Chiefs' offensive line could be their Achilles heel in 2025. In fact, the Philadelphia Eagles exposed them in Super Bowl LIX, forcing Patrick Mahomes into one of the toughest games of his career. That pressure could get even worse this season. All-pro Joe Thuney is gone, and now rookies like Josh Simmons and unproven names like Jalen Moore are expected to protect Mahomes' blind side. That's a huge risk in a division loaded with elite pass rushers, especially when Max Crosby still has his eye on quarterbacks in the silver and black. And it's not just Crosby. The Raiders' defensive line is shaping up to be one of the team's biggest strengths heading into the new season. If they can consistently destroy pockets and force Mahomes to make ruinous decisions, the entire AFC West hierarchy could change. Chip Kelly, the Raiders' new offensive coordinator, knows this division is no joke. You want to be a contender? You want to play against the best, he said. And right now, the Chiefs are the best. But that doesn't mean they're untouchable. If the Raiders play smart, leverage their front court, and continue to improve their secondary, perhaps even with the addition of Jamel Dean, there's a realistic path to not only competing, but dominating the West. Remember, every dynasty eventually ends, and if Vegas keeps building the right way, that end could come sooner than expected. But even with the Chiefs vulnerable, the Raiders can't afford to ignore their own international battles, especially when it comes to the most critical defensive position, CB1. With training camp fast approaching, one of the most intriguing position battles taking place inside the Raiders clubhouse is quickly heating up, the battle for the #1 cornerback position. For years, the Raiders have lacked a truly dominant presence at the cornerback position, a player who can lock down opposing WR1s and lead the secondary with confidence. This year, that may finally change, but the question remains, who will step up to the plate and claim that position? Let's start with Eric Stokes. The former Green Bay Packers cornerback arrives in Las Vegas with high expectations and a huge chip on his shoulder. There's no denying his talent. His combination of speed, size, and coverage instincts made him a first-round pick. But staying healthy has always been his biggest challenge. After missing significant time in his first few seasons, Stokes finally played in all 17 games last year, giving fans hope that he's turned a corner physically. If he can build on that durability and fit into Patrick Graham's scheme, he could be the consistent outside presence the Raiders are looking for. Then there's Jacorian Bennett. Now entering his third season with the Silver and Black, Bennett has shown remarkable growth. His coverage grade from Pro Football Focus jumped from 42.4 as a rookie to 58.6 last year. A clear sign he's headed in the right direction. Those numbers may not be a shutout corner signal, but on a young defense still forming its identity, gradual progress matters. Graham knows Bennett well and can trust him to make another leap in year 3. Dekamarion Richardson is another name that has been catching the eye in off-season workouts. The former undrafted free agent brings length, speed, and natural athleticism to the position. He's shown potential and playmaking ability, but it remains to be seen whether he can outperform more experienced players like Stokes or Bennett. His development could play a big role in the depth of the secondary rotation. And let's not forget rookie Darian Porter. At 6'2" and with elite speed, Porter is the wild card in this competition. He has the physical tools to become a future star, but can he quickly process NFL playbooks and earn the trust of the coaching staff? If so, he could get in on important snaps sooner than expected. What makes this battle so compelling is that none of these players are locked into a starting role. The door is wide open, and while the Raiders don't yet have a Pro Bowler in the mix, they do have a room full of eager, up-and-coming players all vying for a chance to lead. But imagine what would happen if Jamel Dean entered the room. Suddenly, this battle for CB1 has a clear favorite, a Super Bowl champion with more than 60 starts and a reputation for toughness and professionalism. Suddenly, Pete Carroll's defense has the veteran voice it's been missing on defense. And suddenly, the Raiders' expectations shift from expecting to compete to expecting. Dean's arrival would not only raise the bar, it would also reshape the entire defensive secondary. The younger cornerbacks would benefit from learning from him, and the defense as a whole would gain the stability and experience it lacks in high-pressure moments. That kind of presence could be the missing piece for a unit that has shown flashes of insight but has yet to show consistency. And remember, this season isn't just about development, it's about opportunity. With the Kansas City Chiefs finally showing signs of vulnerability, the AFC West is more wide open than ever. The Raiders are building something real under Pete Carroll, and if they can solidify their secondary now is the time to pounce. Raider Nation, we want to hear from you. Do you think trading for Jamel Dean could be the final piece the Raiders need? Not just to fix their quarterback situation, but to finally beat the Chiefs and retake the AFC West? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel. But later, I will come back to update you with the latest news from the Raiders.